What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to talk to you guys with the top 5 different things that you guys need to look for when buying a used car. So let's hop right into it. Alright guys, so up first, the main thing that you guys are going to want to look for in a used vehicle is, of course, listen to the engine while it's running. If you hear any type of tapping, chattering, ticking, stay away from it. It's usually something that's going to eventually go wrong, or it is already starting to go wrong. I'll show up an example of one right here. That's not a very long clip, but you can hear the tapping noise and it is very loud. And then I'll show you a video of an engine close to the same engine, but it is not anywhere near the sound of that tapping. So guys, stay away from any signs of any noises from an engine that's making a noise. That's also to do with the transmission. If the transmission is making any grinding noise or any hard shifting, anything like that, stay away from it. It's not going to be anything inexpensive later down in the road. Now, number 2, you're going to want to look at all the fluids. So you're going to want to check the oil. If you can, check the transmission fluid, check the coolant levels. Make sure you have windshield wiper fluid, which is not as important, but it's still nice to have. So in your oil, you're going to want to make sure that it's no milky film, no brown color. You want to make sure it's a nice, crisp, fresh oil. Now, if they didn't change it for a while, it's not going to be clear and light gold or brown. It's going to be a darker color, which is fine. That just means you're going to have to change it once you get it, which I change it pretty much the oil in every vehicle that I get, unless it's from a dealer and it looks very clean and healthy. But most of the time, any used vehicle I get, I change the oil as soon as I get it, and then I change it every 5,000 miles. So yeah, I would say check all the fluids. Anything in the oil, any weird coloring to the oil. Your transmission fluid should be a good level, should be nice in a pinkish, clearish color. That would be nice to change as well as soon as you get a vehicle, just so you know it was done. And then now when you don't have to change as much, but it is nice to change transmission oils. And then of course your coolant level, you want your coolant level to be at the level that it says fill level. You don't want it to have any bubbles, any burping, anything like that while it's running. If it's like bubbling, if it's making a slushing, you're basically gonna have a head gasket blown. So you don't want any of that. So now let's hop into the number 3 thing on this list. You're gonna want to walk around the whole car. This is not really a specific thing you're gonna look at, but you just want to look at anything that might throw off the price. I mean, and if you're particular, if you don't want any scrapes or dents, then you got to look out for that. If you don't care as much and you just want to buy a beater for work to just drive and get you from point A to point B, so be it. But it still affects the price. So you want to walk around the vehicle, make sure there's no dents, no scrapes, nothing major. Especially if it's an R title. If it's an R title, you guys really want to inspect it, because even if they replace parts on it, you don't know if it was in the front end, if the engine or the radiator core support or just anything in the front was damaged. So you really want to inspect that if they say it's an R title. But if it's not, you should be good. Just check around the car, make sure there's no dings, scrapes, paint chips, anything like that, because that could honestly lower the price a decent amount depending on what it is. I will show you guys here some cars that I was looking at that had some damage, and then some cars that didn't, that looked cleaner. But yeah, you want to check around, make sure there's nothing there. Then you want to check underneath the car for any rust. I mean, here where I live in PA, you're going to have a little bit probably, or just surface rust with all the snow and salt around. But it shouldn't be terrible. You don't want to buy something that has rust starting pretty bad, bubbling, or anything that you're going to have to place. And you want to check to make sure there's no leaks on the bottom. Nothing like oil substance just build up on the bottom. Nothing like wet still. No burnt smells underneath or while the engine is running. So make sure that's all good. Make sure your tires are good level, like good tread. Make sure your brakes work. Make sure they're good, because brakes and tires, I'm telling you, are going to cost you a bit if you buy a car that needs them. Tires nowadays, for 4 of them, you're going to be spending a couple $100, depending on the wheels and the tire size. And brakes, they're not as expensive, but they're still a cost that you're going to have to add in if you're going to need brakes. Now on to the fourth thing, in the interior. So same concept, you want to make sure there's nothing wrong with the interior. I mean, if, like I said, if you guys don't care, that is up to you, but make sure there's no rips, nothing in the leather. I can't speak. If there's leather, you want to make sure there's no rips, no cuts. Make sure they're still comfortable, because sometimes they can get really uncomfortable after a while. Make sure your heat and AC work. That is a big thing too. You don't want to be driving a car in winter and be freezing, and you don't want to drive a car in summer and be hot. I mean, like I said, if it's just a work beater and you don't care, then so be it. But it's kind of two things that you're really gonna need to be able to have a nice car, because they're also not really cheap fixes as well. Make sure your stereo works. Make sure everything that has its features works. If it has heated seats, if it has heated steering wheel, and so on. Because some of them can be pretty expensive. Make sure there's no lights on the dash. If there's an engine light, I would get it coded. Bring a code reader with you. Check them, see if it's anything serious. Just check over the lights on the dash. If there is any, check them out, see what they are. If there's not, then that's really good. Now on to the final point of the day, number 5. So we already went over checking the engine and transmission, making it sound good, and checking the fluids. We did checking the outside for any damage. We checked the interior for any damage. And now the 5th point, you're going to want to test drive it. I mean, this isn't really like a thing to watch out for while you're buying a used car, but you're going to want to definitely test drive it. I mean, sounds good and nothing sounds bad. The oils and fluids look good. Great. But that doesn't mean that you can tell if the transmission's really wrong or the engine's really wrong, because sometimes an engine can sit there idle after you start it and it would be fine, but once you take it on a test drive, it could either make a noise when you're driving and accelerating, same with the transmission, or when you bring it to a stop and let it idle again when it's warm, it could have problems then. And then of course you want to check the oil after you bring it back from the test drive. Make sure the oil is still good, that it's not using oil, burning oil, or losing any. And then of course check underneath again to make sure that there is no oil leaks, nothing wrong with leaking or gunk. And there could be gunk and leaking signs on the top too of the engine, but you're going to want to test drive it. You want to feel how the vehicle is. It's going to be your vehicle. You're going to want to see how comfortable it is. You're going to just want to see if you like it, if you like all the features in it, if you love the way it sounds and love the way it is. That's the biggest thing, is you want to get a car that you're going to enjoy, that you're going to like. But you also want to get one that's going to last you a long time and not have much problems. Another thing to look out for, I forgot to mention in a point that doesn't really fit any category, the mileage. Mileage can be a big thing sometimes, but it all depends. If it's a newer vehicle, you want to go lower mileage. But older vehicles, you're going to have a higher mileage, which is okay. But you just want to make sure and check with the car. Look up, research the car, see if the car lasts longer, and see what the problems are, and see if it would be worth buying with that many miles. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys whenever we go look at another car.